Cleopatra's Lost Secrets, How She Really Controlled Two Empires. Forget everything you think you know about Cleopatra. History paints her as a seductress who won empires with her beauty. But recent archaeological discoveries tell a different story. She was a brilliant strategist who spoke 9 languages, mastered ancient economics, and outmaneuvered the most powerful men in the world. Today, we're uncovering how a 21-year-old woman really came to control the ancient world's greatest empires. Alexandria, 51 BCE. Cleopatra isn't just fighting for a throne, she's fighting for her life. What most people don't know, she was never supposed to rule at all. Her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, was the favored heir. But Cleopatra had something more valuable than birthright. She was a genius at political manipulation. Recent discoveries in ancient papyrus documents reveal something extraordinary. By age 16, she was already running parts of Egypt's government. While her family fought each other, she was studying economics, naval warfare, and medicine. She even wrote books on medical treatments that physicians used for centuries. Here's where it gets fascinating. When her brother's advisors forced her into exile, they thought they'd won. Instead, Cleopatra pulled off one of history's greatest political comebacks. And no, it wasn't by hiding in a carpet to meet Caesar. That's a myth. New historical evidence suggests she orchestrated an elaborate plan involving merchant allies and a network of spies. She didn't just appeal to Caesar for help. She presented him with a complete strategy to secure Egypt. She showed how she could stabilize Egypt's grain supply, crucial for feeding Rome. She demonstrated her command of military strategy. Caesar, one of history's greatest generals, found himself dealing with an equal. But here's what's really incredible. Cleopatra wasn't just Egypt's ruler. She was its CEO. New archaeological findings show she revolutionized Egypt's economy. She built new trade routes, streamlined tax collection, and even created what might have been the ancient world's first state-sponsored business development program. She established new trading ports along the Red Sea, opened diplomatic relations with India, and modernized Egypt's navy. Under her rule, Alexandria became the ancient world's richest city. Even her enemies admitted she doubled Egypt's tax revenues without sparking revolts. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra faced her greatest challenge. Rome was splitting apart in civil war. Most people think she simply allied with Mark Antony because of romance. The truth? She needed a strong Roman alliance to protect Egypt, and Antony needed Egyptian wealth to fight Octavian. Recent studies of ancient coins show something remarkable. Cleopatra minted her own currency with her face on it, unheard of for a woman at that time. She wasn't just Egypt's ruler, she was creating her own brand of power. She even declared herself the new Isis, connecting Egyptian religion with her political authority. Here's what most histories leave out. Cleopatra was a military commander. She personally led naval fleets. She understood siege warfare. She supervised the construction of warships. Ancient sources describe her inspecting troops and testing antidotes for poisons on condemned prisoners. She was developing ancient Egypt's first biological warfare defense program. At the Battle of Actium in 31st BCE, she commanded her own squadron of warships. The traditional story claims she fled in fear. But naval historians now suggest she was executing a pre-planned strategic withdrawal to save her fleet. Even Cleopatra's death shows her political genius. By choosing suicide, she denied Octavian his greatest prize, parading her through Rome in chains. She died as she lived, on her own terms, but her influence lived on. The reforms she implemented in Egypt continued for centuries. The trade routes she established were used for over 1,000 years. Revealed. Recent archaeological discoveries in Alexandria are rewriting Cleopatra's story. They've found evidence of massive building projects, advanced harbor facilities, and sophisticated economic systems she created. She wasn't just a queen, she was an empire builder who created systems so effective that even her enemies kept them in place after her death. If you're fascinated by how ancient rulers really wielded power, hit that subscribe button and like this video right now. Next week, we're revealing the hidden story of how a slave became Rome's most powerful gladiator. Drop a comment below with what surprised you most about the real Cleopatra. And remember, History's greatest leaders aren't always who we think they are.